Hey guys, it's Drac. Hope you're having an awesome holiday. The last time I uploaded one of these lightly edited war footage scenes, you guys really seemed to dig it, so I'm going to do it again. I've left the audio in at a lowered, muted volume, but this is of course a 315 free-for-all at SENC 13. I'm using Nosferatu, which is an ultra-sweet rapid strike. I find very quickly that even using 18-round magazines, I do not have enough ammunition to handle an entire field. I don't want to spoil the ending of the video quite yet. There are multiple places where I'm going to have to set the camera down. I am testing the GoPro session during this video, and so when I set down my primary blaster, the camera is on the ground. I will time skip those. So when I say lightly edited, you are getting, of course, the entirety of the footage, but some of it is sped up for the purpose of excitement. Some of it's slowed down because it's awesome, and the commentary will fade in and out. Some of it will be written, some of it will be audible, but I think that it should be an overall enjoyable video. We've started off by tagging out a few people and working through a PMAG here. Coming up on a tag of opportunity, as the battle is already mostly over on this side of the field, but it does show in the slow-mo just how fast the rate of fire on the Nosferatu is. And right now, while I'm changing magazines, is when I realized that no matter how fast you are, and no matter how awesome your primary is, if you choose to stand in the middle of the field and fight literally the entire field at the same time, which is of course the nature of a free-for-all, it would have behooved me to grab any one of my sidearms, but I didn't, so now I'm stuck out on the field having to constantly check my shoulder while I'm reloading, which winds up being much more of a pain when I don't just have fresh mags to pull off of my belt. So that low whistle in the background was the Draculina and her zing bow popping me from a good 80 feet away. Of course, she does have the uphill advantage at the SENC field, but nonetheless, just what an awesome shot. So with that, we are down to 2 lives, and we're walking away while counting to 15, which is of course why we call the round a 315. You get 3 lives, and your respawns take 15 seconds of out loud counting. So I've slowed down the segment so that you can see not only the sweet tag, but also how easy it is to pick off an opponent, not turn to engage you back, especially when you have a blaster with such a high rate of fire. However, it does take most of the clip to do so, which is kind of unfortunate. So of course the reason that I'm counting to 15 while pointing my blaster up at the sky right now is because a newer member of the SENC came up and tagged me with a rough cut while I was engaged with that opponent. That's one really exciting thing about free-for-alls, is that if you do not constantly have your head on a swivel, it is very easy to get tagged while you're focused on something else. And it's one of the things that I like so much about the game type, is that stealth plays an actual role regardless of the blaster that you are using. So I had to slow down this clip because it's just glorious footage. So there's one opponent down, this guy comes around the tree and I barely get him, and he's gone. I keep moving, I find another opponent as I'm kind of running away from the past engagement. That's another quick tag. At this point there are very few darts left in this magazine, but we keep moving forward and find 2 players who seem to be somewhat teamed up for a free-for-all, and that always drives me crazy. It's actually one of my biggest pet peeves, is when people team up in free-for-all rounds. So I end up shooting definitely one of them, and then I think with my last burst out of this clip, I may get this guy as he's running off away and through towards this tree. I'm pretty sure I get the tag. And this is where I realized that I absolutely have to scavenge for more ammo, so I set down the Nosferatu and go about picking up darts off the ground. I end up topping off the magazine that I have loaded into my primary as I kind of strafe around it, trying to stay very close in case an opponent decides that I am currently vulnerable, which of course I am. I also get about half of one of the clips on my belt filled before I have to return to moving around. So here I get a quick two-shot burst into this guy, and then I take cover as I see the Draculina coming around, and I have a perfect opportunity to tag her out actually, but she is currently out of arrows. I don't like shooting people when they have no ammunition, plus I love her, so I let her go. I do rev because I'm pretty sure she's about to take a cheap shot at me, but then I continue on my grand adventure to refill the magazines on my belt.
My greatest weakness is the lack of darts. I haven't killed you yet, and I've had lots of chances.
So here I have the opportunity to do battle with Chicken, which is always a ton of fun. He is truly a great nerfer, but the Draculina comes up on my right, and I have to shoot her out as I see her being a future problem, and she goes one way and I go the other, and I continue in my quest for more ammunition as it's clear at this point that the Nosferatu is just an ammo hog.
You want to go that way, trust me.
I'm getting arrows!
So obviously the Draculina is having a similar problem where she can't find arrows. So I let her pass without fighting her immediately again, and I continue looking for darts, only to have a guy sneak up on me, and I get very lucky, draw very quickly, and the rate of fire on the Nosferatu ends up saving me and sending him off the field. A quick reload into the magazine that I've been topping off of my belt makes me feel a whole lot better about my positioning right now.
Back off, this is my dart area. I scavenge here.
This clip begins with you seeing me scavenging with an empty battle belt, but then there's a quick jump cut as I rush over, grab my blaster, and it's still slowed down, but Chicken is ambushing me with a thunderbow. If it weren't for the complete lack of accuracy that the thunderbow has, my ability to apparently reload on the fly could have gone much worse for me, as he has both his thunderbow drawn, darts in his mouth, and a sword ready to get me.
Thunderbow so OP, obviously. That was good.
Hopefully that little tidbit also shows you just how much fun not only Chicken and I have at these SENC wars, but how much fun everybody can have. They're just a really good time.
The real trick was remembering where I set the blaster down.
You like looking around. I was hoping you didn't remember.
I'm gonna fight the guy with darts. You two? Have you counted to 15? Have you counted to 15?
So after the remaining nerfer with a blaster finishes reloading and does eventually clear in, I do take him out, and then I have just enough left in my magazine to remove the Victor from the Zing bow off happening on the other side of the field. You can see in the background here, and that does make me the winner of this free-for-all round, which was super exciting. Hooray! And so that's how it goes, but the session of course dies pretty soon in this clip, and we don't get to see any of that, which is really unfortunate. But I hope that you enjoyed this look at the SENC's free-for-all round. Hopefully it was fun and not too much staring at the grass because I'm reloading the blaster, but I wanted to share it with you. I have some really cool videos planned. I just finished a Roto Fury mod, which is kind of a mod guide and kind of a commission video, and so that'll go live next Monday. But I really want you to just enjoy this weekend and this time with your families. I hope you guys have an awesome holiday season. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just enjoy your end of November. We're getting pretty close to the end of semester, so that's something to look forward to all in and of itself. Thanks for watching.